Well, good evening, pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another pro wrestling talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, I'm mainly going to just focus on pro wrestling tournaments going on. So, going to talk about a couple of the tournaments where some progress has been made. So, tournaments I'm going to be focusing on. Going to talk a little bit about Marigold. They got two tournaments going on for that. Two small tournaments. There's some updates there. Going to talk about the AEW Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament that went underway. Two separate brackets, one for the men, one for the women's. Let's see. Also going to go over the current G1 Climax 34 Qualifier tournament. Got some updates there. And then I'm actually going to finish off with the current standings of the Catch the Wave 2024 tournament, as it's getting down to the wire. One of the main blocks only has one match left, so it's coming down to the wire for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, want to talk about Marigold first. So Marigold, they got two tournaments going on. One tournament is for the Marigold Superfly Championship, which of course is the championship where you have to be under 55 kilograms to compete for, which I believe is under 120 pounds, I think they said. But so it looks like we know the finals will come down to Misa Matsui and Natsumi Shosuke, which I am pretty sure they're going to end up having this match at Marigold Summer Destiny 2024, which is on Saturday, July 13th. So I'm guessing that that's where they're going to have the finals. But yeah, Natsumi Shosuke defeated Zeta Steel. Misa Matsui defeated Myla Grace. So it's looking like it's going to be those two to compete to crown the first ever Marigold Superfly champion. So, should be interesting. And then, what else is interesting? So, they did a tournament for the Marigold United National Championship, which is pretty much the white belt. And so far, we know for sure that Bozilla will be in the finals, as she was able to defeat Nagisa Nozaki. But once again, for the second straight time in a row, Mirai and Miku Iono have come down to a time limit draw. Even to the point where they added another 5 minutes and still ended in a time limit draw. So, I don't know. I believe the word is that they're going to do one more match. I want to say it's on the 29th. I believe they're going to do one more match. Yeah. So they're going to do it one more time on June 29th. And the winner will go on to face Bozilla for the inaugural United National Championship, which I assume will also take place at the Marigold Summer Destiny show. But so far, I mean, it's starting to shape up quite a bit, especially with two big name matches that have been booked for this show, because you got Julia versus Sari, and then you have Utami Hayashishita versus Io Sky. So already 2 big profile matches for that show, and I'm sure the finals for these 2 tournaments will be at that show as well. So we'll see what happens, but Bozilla is still awaiting an opponent between Mirai and Miku Iono. So we'll see what happens there. But that's pretty much it for Marigold. Like I said, those are the only 2 tournaments they got going on. And like I said, they're small tournaments. So yeah. Switching gears to, you know what, let's go to the AEW Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournaments. So, let's see. It's already gotten underway. So, I'll show you what the progress is so far. Let's take a look at the men's tournament first. So, here we are. So, the competitors that we had in this tournament: Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, Bryan Danielson, Shingo Takagi, Ray Phoenix, Switchblade Jay White, Jeff Jarrett, and a wild card, which is yet to be determined. So far, only had 1 match, which Pac was able to defeat Claudio Castagnoli, so he advances to the semifinals. And word is that Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi will happen at Forbidden Door on June 30th. So we got that to look forward to, which that should be a great match. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, they had not wrestled each other since Dragon Gate USA, which I think was like, 12, 13 years ago? I think that's the last time Shingo and Danielson have squared off against each other. So that'll be a nice match to look forward to for them to rekindle that rivalry. But it'll be interesting to see who Jeff Jarrett's opponent will be. And of course, you know, Jeff Jarrett in this tournament, I know a lot of people probably are not a fan of, but then again, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart were tag team champions back in the day. So, you know, they have a history. So, yeah, that's that. But yeah, that's the men's tournament. But yeah, that's recently just started off. All right, now let's take a look at the women's tournament. All right, here we go. So for the women, the competitors you have were Willow Nightingale, Serena Deeb, Nyla Rose, Chris Statlander, Deonna Purrazzo, Hikaru Shida, Mariah May, and Saraya. And so far, Willow Nightingale was able to defeat Serena Deeb, and Chris Statlander was able to defeat Nyla Rose. So we already have 1 semifinal matchup, which will be former friends, former friends Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander will face off in the semifinals. And I believe coming up, I want to say this Wednesday, I think they're going to do Hikaru Shida versus Deonna Purrazzo, unless they're saving that for Collision. They might be saving that for Collision, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But yeah, that's the women's tournament so far. Deonna Purrazzo, Hikaru Shida, that could go either way, to be honest with you. Mariah May and Saraya, I think Mariah May's gonna get it, but yeah, Deonna Purrazzo, Hikaru Shida, that could go either way. So that ought to be really good. Ought to be really, really good. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And the tournament finals will be on July 10th in Calgary for both tournaments. So something to look forward to there. Okay, let's take a look at the current standings of the G1 Climax qualifier, which I have to say has been rather interesting. check this out. So, we've already had both sets of first round matches completed for the A block and the B block. But yeah, check it out. So, Yoshihashi was able to defeat Chase Owens. Many may say this is a big upset, but Caleb Newman was able to defeat the Tokyo Pimp Yujiro Takahashi to advance. That's quite an upset. That is quite an upset. Bolton Oleg defeated Toru Yano in the B block. And TJP was able to defeat Satoshi Kojima to advance. So, a couple of surprises there with Bolton Oleg and Caleb Newman advancing. So, really, really cool. So, with that being said, your semifinal matchups, which all four will take place on July 3rd. You got the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii taking on Headhunter Yoshihashi. You got Kenta taking on Caleb Newman. You have Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Bolton Oleg. And you have Taichi taking on TJP. Now, to be honest, between Ishii and Yoshihashi, that could actually go either way, to be honest with you. But I'm going to say Tomohiro Ishii will probably take that and advance to the finals. Kenta, Caleb Newman, I'm pretty sure Kenta's going to win. Like, I know Caleb Newman got the victory over Yujiro, but I think that's his one victory. I can't see him beating Kenta. I really can't. So I'm predicting Kenta and Ishii in the finals. For the B block, I'm picking Tanahashi over Bolton Oleg. And you know what? I'm going to pick TJP over Taichi. Yeah, so I'm going Tanahashi, TJP in the finals for the B block. But should be interesting. Should be really interesting. But yeah, both sets of semifinal matches will be on July 3rd. And then the finals will be on July 5th. And then after the finals is done, we will know our two competitors for the A block and B block. So, should be good. Should be really interesting. Let's see. July 3rd, I believe, is... I don't think that's until next week. Yeah, that's not until next week. That is on a Wednesday. So July 3rd, that's on a Wednesday, and then the 5th is on a Friday. So that's when they're going to have those. But yeah, should be good. Okay, before I finish off with the current standings of the Catch the Wave 2024 tournament, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. Had a brain fart for a second there. Check it out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty. Finishing off with the Catch the Wave 2024 current standings. And I have to say, some of these are kind of strange. Two blocks in particular. But let's go over the current standings so far. All right, let's go. All right, starting with Young Block A. As usual, gonna do the quick recap. Two ladies tied with 2 points apiece, which are Honoka and Yuzuki. Yuzuki, her final record is 0-1-2. No wins, a loss to Honoka, and 2 draws with Yuna and Sia. She's mathematically eliminated. Honoka, right now, 1-1. Victory over Yuzuki, loss to Sia. 1 match left, July 3rd, against Yuna. And then you had 3 ladies tied at 3 points each, which were Sia and Yuna. So looking at Sia, finished with a final record of 1-1-1. Victory over Honoka, defeat against Yuna, and a draw with Yuzuki. But unfortunately, she is mathematically eliminated. And then Yuna right now has a record of 1-0-1. Victory over Sia and a draw with Yuzuki. And her final match is July 3rd versus Honoka. So, with this one, scenario's simple. Yuna wins or ties in this final match against Honoka. If she can defeat Honoka or a draw, she'll win the Young Block A and will advance to the finals. But for Honoka, she has to win. If she can win, then she advances and she'll win the Young Block A. And we'll make it to the finals. I'm gonna go for Honoka. I think she's gonna pull off the comeback and win the block. But we'll see. But yeah, the final match will be July 3rd, so next week. And then that's when the Young Block A should be settled. All right, let's go to Young Block B. Excuse me. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So, we know the 2 ladies that are at the bottom with 1 point each. Both have records of 0-2-1, which are Riara, Mizuki Kato. Mizuki Kato has the 2 losses to Chi-Chi and Rana Yagami, and the 1 draw with Riara. Riara, same thing. Losses to Chi-Chi and Rana Yagami. Draw with Mizuki Kato. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Both Chi-Chi and Rana Yagami had their match, and it ended in a draw. Therefore, they both have 5 points, and both with the exact same 2-0-1 records. Rana Yagami had they both had the same victories over Riara and Mizuki Kato, but they had the draw with each other. So, with that being said, I wonder what they're going to decide to do in order to break the tie. I'm thinking that they'll probably have to have them have one more match against each other, Chi-Chi, Rana Yagami. Maybe have one more match against each other at some point before the finals. And then whoever wins that, will win the Young Block B. So kind of like a sudden death match. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking they'll probably do. I don't know. But once I find out more information, I'll be sure to share. But yeah, Chi-Chi and Rana Yagami are tied at the top, 5 points on a 2-0-1 record. So we'll see how it goes. All right, Elizabeth Block. Right now you got 3 ladies sitting at -1 points, which are Sakura Hirota, Cherry, and Kaori Yoneyama. Right now, Kaori Yoneyama has a 0-4 record. Cherry has a 1-4-1 record. Sakura Hirota has a 2-4-1 record. Both Yuki Miyazaki and Himiko have 1 point each. Of course, Himiko has a 2-3 record. Yuki Miyazaki has a 3-3 record, who is also the current 3WD Queen Elizabeth champion. But like I said, with the Elizabeth block, they have until July 14th. And whoever has the most points by then will win the block. So there's still time, but it's coming down to the wire. I don't know how many matches they have scheduled upcoming, but I mean, they got time, but it's winding down. That's all I can say. All right, let's move on to Nami Block A. All right. So Nami Block A, the block has been completed. So final standings for Nami Block A. Nanami and Yuko Sakurai both finish with 2 points with 1-2 records. Nanami had the 1 victory over Yuko Sakurai, but losses to Risa Sera and Saya Kamatani. Yuko Sakurai had the 1 victory over Risa Sera, but losses to Saya Kamatani and Nanami. Okay. Both Saya Kamatani and Risa Sera finished with 4 points total, both with 2-1 records. Saya Kamatani had the 2 victories over Yuko Sakurai and Nanami, but had the loss to Risa Sera. And therefore, Risa Sera, being that she defeated both Nanami and Saya Kamatani, she had the loss to Yuko Sakurai, but because she owns the tiebreaker, she wins Nami Block A. Therefore, Risa Sera will advance to the finals. It came down to between her and Saya Kamatani, and she was able to defeat Saya. So, Risa Sera is your Nami Block A winner. All right, let's go to Nami Block B. Just a quick review over this, because I don't think I reviewed it last time. I might have, but I'm not so sure. Momoko Anazono was at the bottom. 2 points, 1-2 record. She had the 1 victory over Haruka Umisaki, but 2 losses to Saki and Maika Ozaki. And you had Saki and Maika Ozaki both finishing with 3 points total with 1-1-1 records across the board. Maika Ozaki had the win over Momoko Hanazono, lost to Haruka Umisaki, and the draw with Saki. And pretty much the same thing with Saki. She had the victory over Momoko Hanazono, a loss to Haruka Umisaki, but the draw with Maika Ozaki. And winning the Nami Block B, on a 2-1 record, 4 points total, is Haruka Misaki. She got the victories over Saki and Maika Ozaki, but the one loss to Momoko Hanazono. But yeah, she advances to the finals. She wins the Nami Block B. All right, let's go to Nami Block C. Now this is where it gets really, really weird. So, all 4 ladies finish with 3 points each. Now, 3 of them have the same record. 1 has their own record. So let's go over this. So starting with Sai, 3 points, 0-3 record. So she finished with 3 draws against Kakeru Sakaguchi, Itsuki Aoki, and Ayame Sasamura. So no wins, no losses, 3 draws. That's crazy. And then Kakeru Sakaguchi, Itsuki Aoki, and Ayame Sasamura all have 3 points with the exact same record of 1-1-1. Ayame had the victory over Itsuki, lost to Kakeru, draw with Sai. Itsuki had the victory over Kakeru, lost to Ayame, draw with Sai. And Kakeru, victory over Ayame, lost to Itsuki, draw with Sai. So to be honest with you, I have not a clue how they would settle this. I have not a clue. The only thing that I could think of is maybe they could do like a fatal 4-way, sudden death fatal 4-way match, and the winner wins Nami Block C. Or I don't know. I don't know how they would fix this situation. But yeah, I honestly don't know. So once they have more information on a solution for that, I'll share with y'all. But yeah, that's a crazy scenario. And then Nami Lucha Block. So 2 ladies finished with 2 points each, both with 1 and 2 records, which were Ancham and Dark Silhouette. Let's see, Dark Silhouette had the victory over Ancham, but losses to Kohaku and Taihonma. Ancham had the victory over Kohaku, but losses to Taihonma and Dark Silhouette. And then we had 2 ladies tied at 4 points each, 2-1 records, which were Taihonma and Kohaku. So Taihonma finished with victories over Ancham and Dark Silhouette, but a loss to Kohaku. And then Kohaku finished with victories over Taihonma, Dark Silhouette, and had the loss to Ancham. But due to her owning the tiebreaker because she defeated Taihonma, Kohaku wins the Nami Lucha Block to advance to the finals. So, just a quick recap. So far, Risa Sera, Haruka Umesaki, and Kohaku have won their blocks. So we know those 3 will be in the finals, or the final round or whatnot. So Kohaku, Haruka Umesaki, Risa Sera. We know they are guaranteed for the finals round. For Young Block A, it's just really going to come down to Honoka or Yuna, depending on how the final match goes. For Young Block B, they'll have to figure out a solution, but it's pretty much going to be either Chi-Chi or Rana Yagami that wins that block. Elizabeth Block, like I said, they got until July 14th, so we'll try to keep an eye on that. Nami Block C, I mean, it's a four-way tie when it comes to points. Even though the record, is not the same, it'll be interesting to see how they fix this solution. Like or not fix the solution, but what type of solution they come up with for this scenario. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, really, really interesting. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, that'll do it. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you have the chance. And let me know y'all's thoughts about these tournaments. Like I said, talked about the Marigold title tournaments. Looks like we know for sure we're going to have Natsumi Shosuke versus Misao Matsui for the Superfly title. Marigold Superfly Championship. We got the Marigold United National Championship, which we know Bozilla is confirmed for the finals of that. Now we're just trying to figure out how they're gonna, who's gonna win between Mirai and Miku Ayano for the third attempt. Let me know your thoughts about those. Let me know your thoughts about the Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament brackets. Who do you think is going to win those tournaments? The G1 Climax 34 qualifiers. Let me know who you think is going to win those for Block A and Block B. And let me know your thoughts on the Catch the Wave 2024 tournament. Let me know who you think is going to win the remaining blocks and who's else is going to advance to the finals. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed week, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Peace.